And with that, we return to our friends in the Forge of Fury. And let's talk a little bit about what happens while Kreetha and Echo are gone. So a few minutes later, Sven will, kind of rubbing his sleepy eyes, begin to approach from the room where the teleportation circle is, probably kind of walking past Kreetha and Echo as it happens.
Yeah,
and
the hallway.
we'll begin to head towards where Barnabas is currently napping. And Ghost, you will catch a glimpse of him as he is making his way towards Barnabas.
Ghost will appear next to Sven. As if out of thin air, because I can do that shit.
And hey Ghost.
And immediately directly in front of Sven's face, but like moving with him just in case if he decides to not stop. There is a pair of boots.
I was like, wait, those were in my bag. When did you get those?
You were occupied with the hammering.
Ah, okay, that's fair.
Okay, so these are perfect. They are beautiful, but they are the wrong color. Do you have any fixes for this? You are magic.
Hold on. First off, what? And secondly, they're hideous. You're right. Those are absolutely abhorrent. They are disgusting in the extreme.
Right. Exactly, 100%.
Hey, Sven is the apex of fashion, as indicated by all the people talking about his stylish hat and robes.
But
exactly. I understand. You are correct. However, here's the thing. Let me say it slowly so you understand. You do magic. Can you
I do. It? Can I fix? Are they broken or are they just ugly?
You see it, and Ghost will like step in front of Sven and like will hold the boots up to his outfit and go, do you see how very obvious they are in front of me? I want them to be more blended in.
You don't want your statement piece to be your shoes?
Oh.
No, I want my statement piece to be the blood of my enemy.
So to be clear, I just want
to
ensure that I understand the situation. Yes,
there is too many colors on these boots. Please undo that.
You have acquired an item that is extraordinarily powerful.
And excellent and perfect, yes, except that it is bad.
Except that it does not look right with your aesthetic. Is that what I am to understand?
I have no color on me except for these beautiful earrings, and this is bad. I want it to fit in. It does not fit in. It is not ghostly. It is not white. It is not grayish. It is instead this horrible orange.
I am a wizard. I am not a seamstress.
Orange.
I am not a seamstress. I cannot change the color of your boots.
Everything fixed.
You're so fashionable, Sven.
Echo is like, as soon as Calder says, "You're so fashionable," Sven, it like pulls attention over there. Echo's like grabbing Sven's arm and like walking him away real quick, like just away from the conversation. Like, go.
Nalani, I think I can help.
You can. You also can do magic. Wait, yes, yeah, no, you can do magic. You have the magic to fix the bad colors, this orange.
I think I do.
Okay. I am interested.
Hey, DM.
Hey.
I would like to cast a spell.
You want to cast a spell, do you?
Yes.
Let's talk about the spell you're about to cast, although I'm sure we've never spoken of this before in the past.
No, this is a spell that we've been working on for a number of weeks and like
for 2 days.
Mentioning details. So like 3 days in in-game time. But out of game time, we've been talking about this vaguely for months. I have a spell that I have invented. And I mean that as me, Jeff the person, and into Calder, I have invented a spell, and I would like to, with your permission, I would like to inject it into Faerun.
Excellent. Tell me about this spell that you and Calder have simultaneously invented.
This is a spell that I've invented called the Weave of Wardrobes. It is a level 2 transmutation spell. It has a casting time of 1 minute and a range of touch. It has a verbal, somatic, and material component needing a needle and thread. And its duration is permanent. I will now read the description of the spell that as we have hashed out over various downtime effects.
Please do.
Okay. You touch a set of clothing as complicated as a complete ball gown or as simple as a single article of clothing and infuse it with magical energy, allowing you to permanently alter the color, pattern, texture of the fabric. The changes you make can be as subtle or as drastic as you desire, but the clothing retains its basic form and structure. For example, you can change a red dress into a green one or add a floral pattern to a plain shirt. This can be used to recreate a precise outfit with a little bit of effort or a skill check using the caster's ability and proficiency bonus to ensure accuracy. The magics involved preserve the intent of the caster. The changes you make are permanent, but they can be reversed or altered with another casting of this spell, and the spell can be used to restore damaged or heavily worn clothing to its original state. Enchanted magic and clothing can be altered aesthetically, but they cannot change the existing enchantments or its overall appearance. So it cannot change a shirt into a ring, for instance.
Yep.
Detect magic will reveal the spell's use, and dispelling the magic may result in embarrassment as mismatched clothing tears or hangs awkwardly. At higher levels, you may cast this spell at a 3rd level spot or higher, and I can target an additional article of clothing or complete outfits for each spell above the 3rd. The spell cannot affect the clothing being worn by an unwilling target, and is negated if it's tried. It also cannot be used to create or destroy armor or create precious stones or metals from nothing. It is learnable by sorcerers, warlocks, wizards, or clerics.
So,
not bards. This would give bards way too much power.
So please tell me a little bit about what the spell looks like. Are you going to just cast it, or are you going to tell Ghost about it first?
He will not tell Ghost anything about this effect, because even if he went into the magical effects, he's pretty sure it would just make no money cross-eyed or wander away out of boredom. So Calder will just hold out a hand, and a black beam of energy will just reach out from him and enshroud the thing that he's affecting. This is in short, it's clothes beam. And Calder will reach out with his magic, shroud it in pure darkness, and when after about a minute, the darkness peels away, and what remains is a perfectly matching set of white boots, identical in enchantment, but otherwise perfectly matching a Ghost aesthetic.
Oh, the evil orange has been vanquished.
Yes.
Excellent.
It is better this way.
Yes, it has no Taco Bell sauce on it.
What is a Taco Bell?
It's a bell of tacos.
What's a taco?
That's it. It's a shadow roll. It's a shadow felt thing. Don't worry about it.
So,
my power comes from there. Why are you talking about?
But did you visit? Do you want to visit? Do you want to see the Taco Bell? I'll take you to the Taco Bell. Yes, we will do this. We will do this together. Yes. Ghost leaves, just like leaves talking to himself.
So Ghost walks away. Thank you.
Like,
talking to yourself.
I gotta go attune to them.
And about this time,
I like him.
About this time, Barnabas begins to stir. We're coming up on the 10-minute mark, so he'll wake up, feeling not quite fully restored, but at least short rest restored. Right? Like he'll stand up and he'll be like, "All right."
He feels like he rested an hour. He rested for 10 minutes.
He's a fighter. He gets back all of his fighter short rest shit that does stuff for him.
What did I miss? Oh, Sven, you're here. Excellent. So
Echo steers him into the room away from all that stuff.
Sven, we received word that our messengers from Mirabar are not responding. And I was hoping, now that you've had yourself a sleep after the big battle, you could possibly check in on Mirabar and make sure it's all right. And Sven nods, and he looks around to everybody and says, I could share it with all of you immediately if you would consent to it.
Totally, my man, and I slap a guidance on him.
Now, when you say you slap a guidance on him, I assume
I
we're
literally
like...
slap his shoulder.
So he'll like lurch forward for a second, shake his head, and he's going to cast Rary's telepathic bond. So up to 8 creatures, which is all of you that are willing, will begin to share thoughts with him. And then he will cast sort of a mutated scrying. Scrying technically has to target a person, but I mean, targeting a location that is known is...
You can target an object, a person, or location.
So that's pretty reasonable. So in all of your minds, you see first off like TV static. He casts this spell, and for a moment you can't see anything. And he says, this only happens in areas where a great deal of magic has been cast. Give me a moment, I'll clear up the image. And the image sort of begins to waver and come together. And your first impression is one of smoke and destruction.
Ooh.
What?
And
where are we looking?
you are, as the image begins to clear, you realize you are looking at a bird's eye view of what was once Mirabar. And as the images begin to coalesce, you see that this city of tens of thousands, has been devastated. And buildings have been smashed. Maybe 1 in 3, 1 in 4 buildings is still standing. And of those, most of them sport heavy damage. And as the image sort of pans across the city, you see these massive blighted vines and roots like wrapped around buildings and sort of suffusing the entire city.
Can we, Echo and Calder, know specifically what building the Harper's teleportation circle is in? Like, we know what part of the city it's in. Can we, from this glance, tell whether or not that building is intact?
I'm going to go ahead and have you each make a perception check, please. And I'm not looking at the board right now, so tell me what your result is.
Okay. Oof, a 6 for Echo.
A 15 for Calder.
It's tough to tell in the destruction. There's a lot of smoke. There's a lot of detritus around. And Calder can surmise, although he's not certain, that it would probably be a bad idea to take the teleportation circle, because although he can't like pinpoint the spot, it does look like there is a fairly hefty chance that teleporting in might teleport you into solid rock if the teleportation circle even still exists.
Yeah,
Fine.
the teleportation circle, even it's not likely intact.
And you don't see any people, but as the camera sort of pans around, as it were, with a 15 perception, Calder recognizes it first. There is a significant indentation in the ground that looks, if you were on the ground, just like the after effects of an earthquake. But from the bird's eye view that you are given with this scrying spell, you recognize a giant footprint. A 3-toed, like, massive footprint. And where that footprint is, the blighted vines seem to be sort of emanating from that spot. Your general impression is one of absolute devastation. The city of Mirabar is no more.
Well, I mean, and this is Echo saying this out loud as we're all looking at this, half of Mirabar is underground, right? So maybe most of the people there are okay if most of the battle happened above ground, right? Fuck, we have to go. Like, I don't know, can Echo, like, come out of, like, seeing the scrying or
Totally. This is
locked in?
it's almost you're seeing it with your mind's eye, right? You can still see what's going on around you. It's just you have this sudden impression in your mind of this devastation.
Calder will let out a growl. Barnabas, Your Highness, Barnabas.
He comes out of the reverie as well, looking.
I need diamonds, as many as you have now.
Very well. And he'll send a runner off to the treasury to bring back diamonds. You're right. You're right.
I can't save everyone, but we need to try and save as many as we can.
Yes. What this couldn't. We know that they didn't get around us. They didn't pass our forces. What could have done this?
This was something else.
This was something different.
I need an Arcana check from everybody, please.
Arcana? History?
Can I slot Vic into this?
Yes, Vic is present, so
there.
you can use their
Oh, that's 0.
a 0.
19. Like,
Apparently that button works.
Yeah.
I'd imagine that Echo is a bit like distracted by where's the tent, where's the tent, where's the
Yeah,
tent.
he didn't see. Well, they wouldn't have set up the tent if they were just going there to stay a few days.
Yeah, so where are they?
Yeah, the circus went to Mirabar for safekeeping, and Mirabar was not safe.
With a 19, Jeff, you recognize that this destruction was caused by some sort of massive kaiju-like creature, but you're not able to get a definite like read on it, especially since apparently wherever it stepped, these blighted vines began to sprout, and you know of nothing that can do that.
Or nothing good, at least.
I can have as many theories as I want, but I don't know.
And the same thing for Vic. Like, you recognize the blight, you've been studying it, but like you don't know what could have done this.
Can I connect 2 threads?
By all means.
Dream spoke of a gigantic tree.
Dream also spoke of the ritual that was being enacted at that point. So, if you would like to give me one more Arcana check, please, and if you do better, maybe I'll give you more information.
Can Vic give the aid?
Yes, I will go ahead and let Vic offer advantage to that roll.
Can Vic champion the role with me helping?
I'm also fine with that.
As you two are throwing theories at each other.
Yeah, I figure.
Like, my thing is, like, this is some sort of animate tree on a massive scale.
That is more.
So it's definitely not an animate tree. Trees have footprints that look like stumps, right? That look like massive
Trees don't
stumps.
have footprints because they don't got speech.
Ents have footprints that look like stumps getting ripped out.
Victoire remembers a legend. And to be clear, with a 22, you're not actually 100% sure what's going on. But that
Vic also is from a different fucking world.
Yeah.
That footprint reminds you of a legend of a creature that only arises once every 10 generations. And when it does, it lays waste to everything around it before it retreats and goes back to wherever it came from. That creature that could have potentially made these footprints is called the Tarask. But the Tarask is a creature of destruction and chaos. It doesn't create roots. It doesn't create vines. It doesn't create the blight.
But Belak does.
Okay, let me try to say this as Victor would say it. There is a rumor that I've heard of. There's a creature. It's like kind of earthy in nature, almost like an element to an extent. It walks, and it does leave massive destruction in its wake. I don't know if your world has one, but it's like a cicada that it only shows up every like 10 years. It's this thing. It's called it's like terrible ass.
Harass.
Tarask. Thank you. Then you do have them. It
I only know of one Tarask.
They don't hatch here.
God, I hope not.
Lucky, I guess. But it does have a tendency to leave destruction in its wake, that species. So while it might not create the like the blight issues, that's closest bet I got.
You are
You got one.
aware, Vic, that it is possible to summon one of these things. There is, in fact, a summon Tarask-like spell scroll that, as a scroll, is a legendary item.
But it conjures a Tarask.
Yeah. So yeah, there is a like a conjuration based spell that can make one or create one or drag one here from wherever their home planet is. So I guess if they don't get hatched here, there might be only one native to this plane, but you can always make another one if you need one. Technically, not suggested.
Belloc is alive. Belloc is crazy enough to try and cast it.
And it does, Calder, make sense. The sheer amount of magical energy that has been drawn in by the blight. Like, it doesn't take much, now that Vic has said it, to put pieces together. The amount of power that Dream described as being channeled through the large Gulthias tree is the kind of power that it would take to summon such a creature.
This is extraordinarily bad.
We need to go. We need to go to Mirabar.
The Tarask will have moved on by now, but it will be out there.
But there is something beneficial in seeing the destruction.
Like, Echo is pulling brooms out of the bag of holding and like signaling for Ghost to like finish tying up their new boots and get over here. And
is there anything else folks would like to do? Oh, wait, before that. So Barnabas will, as you're pulling brooms out, he will instinctively reach for a broom, and then he'll stop. And he'll say, I think I must trust you all with this. As awful as this is, as obvious or as awful as this is, I believe that my presence is necessary here. I wish to go with you.
Rebuild the army. Rebuild your army. Rest, restructure, regrow, heal some soldiers, and get Brunar Battlehammer's ass into this fight.
Yes, I believe now he will respond. He will not delay me any further.
If he doesn't, I'll burn down Battlehammer Mountain myself.
Hey, Sven, can you cast water breathing on all of us so we can go out through the lake?
Ghost comes up on Calder having like his moment cow watch.
Sven will say, yes, I can do that. And Barnabas will turn to Kreetha and say, Kreetha, will you join them and go and search Mirabar for survivors? Or will you remain here? And at this time, I need everyone to be quiet for a moment because I have
Mhm.
another pre-recorded segment to show.
Clip.
I would love to go with my friends. But I don't think that is wise. For much the same reasoning, it is wise for you to stay. We have what? We have less than a moon now. And it begins all over again. We're not done. We won, but we didn't win. And I need to stay with Thurgadin. We need to keep on foraging and preparing for what is only going to be worse next moon. They know what we can bring against them now. They're going to try and bring more. We must also bring more. So my friends must go and I must stay and work the forge, be Lady Regent, and help you.
So, I think at this time, it's a good plan for us to go ahead and take our break. It is 8:08 p.m. Pacific time. By the time I'm done describing this, we'll probably be at 8:09. So we'll say that we'll come back at 8:19 p.m. Pacific time. And then we're going to go ahead and make our way to Mirabar and figure out what's going on. So, friends, thank you so much for watching so far, and we'll see you in 10 minutes.
Ah!